What's up, guys? This is my two-part honest critique of Genshin Impact, which will be 3 things that mihoyo is doing very well and 3 things that I feel they are doing very bad. It's 2 parts because I don't want to make a super long video, so part 2 will be in the description. If you want to check that out, just click below. A quick history about myself, just so y'all know a little more about where I'm coming from. This is my first real gacha experience. I'm mainly a console player and play a few PC games, so I'm not used to the gacha mechanics that's prevalent in this game. So just go easy on me in the comments. I am very experienced in RPGs though, which obviously Genshin Impact is at its core an RPG. So take that however you like it. These are just my personal views. Hope y'all enjoy the video. Let's hop right into it. One of the best things about Genshin Impact is definitely the characters. They're probably one of the main reasons I play this game. Everything from their aesthetics, the idle animations, their backstories, and of course we can't forget the voice actors. Now personally I usually play foreign games like this in the native language because the English voice actors are usually trash and distracting, but nah, mihoyo has gotten great actors across the board. I even know players that has gotten a character specifically because they love the voice actor. So mihoyo has pulled no punches in that department, and I myself appreciate them for that. I can play the game in English and enjoy it for what it is. Each character is very unique from each other in playstyle and purpose. They all have their own personalities, so some of them you're gonna like, some of them you might hate, but all of them are very well designed. Genshin Impact does follow the classic trifecta of having their characters be categorized as either being a DPS or a tank or a support, but they kind of hide that very well. What I mean is that a large number of the characters can serve multiple roles with the right investment. This opens up a lot of freedom with how you build your teams. A perfect example of this is Zhongling and Fischl. Yeah, they're amazing support units and are mainly used as supports, but that doesn't mean that they can't be used as viable DPS. For this reason, I kind of don't like labeling characters as supports or DPS in Genshin Impact, but that's another topic for another video. But just know, a lot of the characters can be played in many ways. So while I'm on the subject of characters, I kind of had to briefly address what I guess is one of the main appeals for this game, and that is the whole waifu husbando collection type thing that's going on. Now that's not why I play this game, but I can say that I do enjoy collecting the characters that speak to me. Whether it's a base of a character like Zhongli, or whether it's a more wholesome and charming character like Ganyu. I feel like whoever you are, there's something here for everyone to like, and with how big this game is supposedly going to be, the diversity is only going to get better. So this is the reason I picked up the game and also what excites me the most. I'm an RPG type of gamer. I enjoy both turn-based and action RPGs, and the combat system in Genshin Impact is one of the most satisfying experiences I've had in an action RPG. It's deceptively simple And if you want to keep it simple, then you can. You can beat all the content in the game just fine if you know the bare mechanics. But if you want to dive a little deeper, then there's a lot to sink your teeth into. As of update 1.4, there's a total of 6 usable elements in the game, each of which has their own unique properties. Each character is affiliated with a single element, but what makes things interesting is when you start to combine different elements to get different effects. These effects can range anywhere from amplifying your damage or strengthening your supportive capabilities. You add the different effects that your gear can give you, plus the kits of your characters, and you have a wide variety of possibilities with the teams that you play. For someone like me who likes to experiment with a lot of different types of team compositions and character builds, it's almost like a playground. The only issue with this is that progress is heavily gated by the resin system, which is very unfortunate, but we'll definitely talk about that later. In short, the combat is very satisfying to play, and I look forward to seeing how they continue to push the limits of what's possible, both the developers and the player base, because there's some players out there that has been doing some pretty incredible things. Like some of these whale builds are just insane, hitting for 1,000,000 damage, one-shotting bosses, which is pretty crazy in the world of RPGs. I feel like the Disgaea series is one of the only other series where you can reach those types of numbers. So it's really cool to see, and for me, this is just a sign of a well-built combat system. So this kind of ties in with my previous points. The world building is awesome. I know that some people aren't into the story in games like this, but I personally love lore, and if you didn't know, Genshin Impact has tons of it. I like that there's plenty of books to collect that has random stories in them, poems, diaries to discover. I especially love when the item descriptions has actual interesting information about what it is, where it came from, the fact that the weapons, artifacts, upgrade materials, and other random items that you find throughout the map all have their own little lore. Even some of the NPCs has small backstories that you learn about as the story progresses, and on top of that, there's NPCs that are from areas that aren't even from the 2 nations that are currently in the game right now, and they mention things about their respective nations, which foreshadows future content and builds my curiosity up. Between all that, there's a lot to discover and a lot of information to soak in. So if you ever get bored, just try walking around and talking to the NPCs, read through some of the item descriptions, like the artifacts. I personally find them very interesting, and you might just learn something new. The little details like these are what give the game life and makes it feel like a living, breathing world, and tells me that mihoyo really cares about the world that they're creating. That about wraps up this video. Thanks for listening to my thoughts. I'm really optimistic about this game, knowing about Honkai Impact and where that game is right now. It gives me hope for the future of Genshin Impact. I just wish the major updates could come out a little sooner, but that's just my excitement showing itself. Anyways, again, if you want to see part 2 of this video, check down below. Hope y'all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all next time.